Too short.
I feel like that might be a theme.
Yeah, not recording long enough. Well, we're going to do our best tonight. Okay, welcome back. Another episode, PRS The Show. My friends Clay and Josh here. And here we're going to talk all things PRS. What happened? It's been a couple weeks now since the last time we recorded. Feels like it was like a heartbeat ago. Life is busy. I'm assuming the same for you guys.
Something like that. I just was thinking that the director of the PRS was getting lazy. No matches for 2 weeks.
Josh?
No, I mean, it actually feels like it's been like a month ago, but yeah, a lot of things are going on, so busy.
Yeah, well, we have a busy week this week. We got two matches, well, 3 matches to talk about, because we're going to talk about the Leupold Steel Classic that took place a couple weeks ago, and then we'll come back and bring on our match directors for the upcoming weekend. Hopefully we get a little bit of cadence here. Otherwise, it's going to be a 2.5 hour long show. And then I'm going to lose 2 guest hosts, and I'm going to lose everybody that wants to listen to it because it's way too long. So we're going to do our best to keep things moving.
And tell them what not to do.
Yeah, well, sure. All right. Okay, let's take a look. I'm going to bring up, I'll share my screen. Okay. All right, let's take a look at scores here. This is from the Leupold Steel Classic. So this is the old scores versus new scores. Our friend Alan Ernst pulled this together. He posted on PRS paid members. This looks different than the first match down there at Gravestone. At Gravestone, it was the old and new were like really close to one another, right? And then it diverged pretty quickly. In this one, you actually have the top 10 or 15 getting more points.
Yeah. From
this match, earning more.
I gained a couple from the system, but probably 5 points. If you forget to move, you leave 5 points up there. So
there's a helicopter out there yelling my name right now.
Yeah, you lied to the RO when you said you did indeed understand the course of fire.
Yep.
That's fine.
I did.
That's
real
okay.
big lie.
Yep. It'll be interesting. Why? So why Leupold Steel Classic? Why do we have folks in the top actually earning more points back, like guys like Josh?
You've just got so many shooters there that they're getting the benefit of the placement system. So rather than a match that's going to have 100 people and each one goes down a point, he's got 200 and something shooters, so it just takes longer for that to really come into effect. So your top 10, 15 guys are just going to get more than what they normally would. And I think it makes it a lot nicer distribution if you look at that line. There's not like a crazy drop off after 5 or 10. It's a pretty steady curve down.
Yeah, and I think we'll see that at every match, right? Like everything is going to have, because you're subtracting a few points per placement, it's going to have a nice linear drop off. In some matches you're going to have the old scores are right in line with the new, and then I think this is interesting that you see them drop below the old style anyway.
I mean, if you look at the California match from last year, I'm sure that graph starts here and then does this right here and then comes across, and because Morgan beat the pants off of us, but it would look a whole lot better for me if this was in place last year. That graph would look so much cleaner.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Clay called it from the beginning that kind of 80% and back, they're still going to make that finale cut off placement wise, but just the scores overall will be lower. So it's going to be across the board, but so hopefully guys aren't getting discouraged from seeing a score lower. I think it'll shake out at the end of the year, though.
Yeah, I think you get used to seeing what scores get into the finale over the past however many years, and you start seeing that your scores are, maybe a little lower than they, had been before, and it kind of makes you wonder, do I need to hit that panic button? But I just don't think that people need to worry about it. I think it's going to work out. Scores are just going to be a little bit different than they were.
Yep, I agree. And just a reminder, so if you go to the PRS website, which is literally out of date now. I mean, it still shows 2025 standings up there. Last time I checked anyway, but there's no development happening on that just yet. We're moving into the Impact scoring infrastructure and on the app. If you go to impactscoring.net, generally the latest releases of what's happening is happening on in the web browser first, and then you'll see it trickle down into the app. But the PrecisionRifleSeries.com will get a complete refresh here. My guess is within a month or so. But checking out standings, go to Impact Scoring. All right, let's talk about our picks from last 2 weeks ago. It was funny when I was putting this together. I'm going to give Clay a little bit of grief here because I should have had, if you let me, I would have more right picks than you would, Clay. But
well, what I see is that you made a typo. I picked Catalic 1 and a Delicati 2. You must have just heard it wrong, typed it in there. That's gotta be what it is there.
Play it back.
No, I know. I know.
You make an awfully convincing argument, but it's hard to say it. But yeah, okay.
You say it with enough conviction, you can make anyone believe anything.
I'll keep that in mind when we're having our spirited phone calls. So close, right? Like Catalic was first, and then Delicati was second. McCormick finished seventh, but you picked him out of order. I mean, like, damn. I mean, you got one too. Josh, you picked Gage, and then you picked yourself. You went 3, and you were 11. Any comments on that 11th place? I mean, you kind of hinted at
those 5. I mean, regardless, even with dropping those 5 and making that huge mental error day 1, I still bled enough the last 3 stages that it wouldn't have put me in first. I might have been like 5th or something, but
I think we saw quite a few people bleed points down the stretch. What was going on there? Anything you can?
I don't know. It was interesting. Like, I'll be interested to see what Chris says because we were shot. He actually shot like where I shot day 1. So I shot the second half or 10 through 18, let's say. Yep. But I just felt like day 1 was windier, but more consistent. Where day 2, it was only like, it was letting off from like 2 to 6, but it was just enough to blow you off. Like,
okay,
send that one shot, that hit, okay, carry it. Nope. Take away that hit, come back to the close one, carry it, right? Now you're strong again. It's like, God dang it.
All right, suppressor. We all had Caples. I said Caples, and then you made me pick Rudisell. Clay, you're like, no, because
you were hedging your breath. I just didn't like it.
I didn't know I let you write the rules for this, but anyways, yep. So Gage took that suppressor. Gage finished 3rd overall. Tactical, we all had Marriott. Coulter shot well. Gas gun, we had the older Caples. And if I remember, there wasn't too many gas gun shooters at this match, right? Sportsman, we all had Tony Gore, and it was a few points behind Kerr here. I think when everything gets into impact scoring, I think we'll have an easier time at picking these two, right? Where we probably didn't know Kerr at this, or it wasn't a household name, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Production, Chad Estes, we all picked right. International, here's where I should have had you here, Clay.
Needs Weeds let me down on this one.
Yep.
Best name in the PRS.
Yep. I went with Teresa. That worked out well. I think this might be her first top international. She's been shooting well. You said too that she's a JTAC student. Junior, well, of course, that made it easy, right? Caples again finished 3rd overall. Lady, Kate Estes, she shot well. She didn't shoot as well as she did at Gravestone. I don't recall, but still good enough for top weighting. Sam Trevino, he's 2 for 2 for us, I believe, right? We picked him in both first 2 matches, and he's shooting this weekend. But I'm guessing we're not picking him.
I think you're probably right about that.
No offense, Sam. You know what you're up against, though. And then senior, Dale Rhodes made that easy for us, right? Right. Who also competing this weekend, but it's not going to be easy on Rusty's home turf.
No, that's going to be a sporty one. That's going to be a fun one to draft.
It will be, yeah. And there's 135 shooters that are coming to the Arizona match, so. Any comments on this, guys? Anything you wish you'd done different or thought different on the
Dale was
pick'em?
also 5th in the match too, right? Overall.
He was up there, yeah. Should have Impact scoring up here real quick.
I mean, really, Chris just got cold feet where money was exchanging hands, so he dropped the first 3 on the last stage. I was like, yeah, he's following through, and he decided he didn't want the money after all. He'd rather have the win, so had to go and ruin my pick.
Too funny. Too funny. Yeah, take a look at other results here. Chris, John, Gage, Morgan 4th. Morgan actually was a ways down during day 1, right?
I think he was.
Yeah.
I think he was 20th after day 1.
That's crazy. Yeah, Dale 5th.
I think
Tucker.
it was just kind of wild watching Morgan. I mean, it's Morgan, so you don't really expect a lot of drops. And he dropped like 3 or 4 on his first. And I was like, he probably just woke up, didn't have his mag loaded yet. And then the next stage, he dropped 3 or 4 more. I was like, that doesn't math very well. But you know,
when did he even
picked it
show up? Because I mean, when we made picks for that, he obviously wasn't signed up. I think he rolled
My
in.
understanding is he called Thursday night and said, "Hey, do you have a spot?" And Caruso didn't go, so Morgan ended up getting a way in.
It's gonna make this really hard at some point in the year if he keeps pulling that. You can't call him, Clay. You can't. You can't see what his intentions are.
I mean, the way that we do it, so if we do a big draft, whether it's 3, 5, 10 people, whatever it is, if let's say that I pick Morgan as my first overall pick and he doesn't show up, then you also lose your first overall pick.
Oh, we all lose him.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
just to kind of keep it fair.
Across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that could really hurt.
It could. I mean, I got tricked on the Morgan deal. Somebody had insider info, and I picked first, and I picked Indelicati, and they're like, okay, I want Morgan and Katalik. I was like, ha, you're a moron. Morgan's not shooting. He's like, no, he is. So gotta be watching. Some people are out to get me right now.
And the guy you're up against paid for Morgan to enter the match.
Yeah.
Kyle McCormick, 7th place. You know, just out there shooting for fun this year, right? Like, see what happens. I love it. Keith Rudisill, he was my pick. Finished 8th. He's shooting this weekend at A-Team. And I feel like I have to pick him. Like, it's one of those things, like, if I don't pick him, he's going to win the match. You know what I mean?
I think he's got it figured out. He shot really good day 2.
Okay.
But
well, he shot really terrible day 1 at Gravestone. So
yeah,
I thought it was just the first 2 stages, was my understanding.
well, but it sums up into one day, right? Like, he's getting better. If I don't pick him this week, I guarantee he's gonna win. I don't know.
Well, don't pick him then. I will, and you'll get what you want.
So he said day 1 he checked his 0 like 3 times because everyone's holding like 0.8 to 1.2, let's say, and he's literally shooting straight up. And he's like, this 25 is good, but it's not that good. So he's like, what is going on? So he's like at the 0 board. He's like, my 0 is perfect. I don't know what is going on. So like day 1 was
he just
not
got
on track with
mounted like this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. Oh boy. Well, it's gonna be thanks for that insight. It's gonna be fun picking for this week. Let's tell you what. Let's bring Chris Katalik on here. Chris Katalik.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being here, and congrats on the first win of the 2026 season for you. Now you got one in what, 2020, one in 25, one in 2026. Here we go.
Yeah. Things are starting to turn around a little bit. I mean, we might be starting a new trend.
Heck yeah, buddy.
I hope so.
So what all came together for you this weekend?
There was a combination of things. Really, it's hard to put my finger on any one thing. You have to do everything right. You have to have luck on your side, and things just kind of have to fall in place. Really, I think we've all been there. My gun's shooting really well. Aaron Roberts always does such a fantastic job with my guns. The gun's really hammering right now. I'm scared to shoot it again. I'd really like to maybe save this barrel, to be quite honest with you. But that's I don't want to say that's been something new. I switched to CRB in the second half of last year, and so far this is the second gun that's just been, I would call, hyper accurate. It's kind of insane with how accurate it really is, and so another reason why I really don't want to shoot it. So gun shooting really, really well. surrounded by really good shooters. I had a lot of really good guys in the squad with me. It really helped. I think our squad took 5 of the top 7 positions in the match. So
wow.
It really helps to be surrounded by a lot of really good shooters, and that and the rest of the squad's good. I'm just just highlighting this from that statistic alone. It really helps. So
do you think there was? And you said you had luck on your side here, right? Do you think there's anything about like where where your squad started, and did that play into this at all, to the best of your knowledge or ability?
No, I wouldn't say that. I don't think so. Really, don't think so. Prentice and Corey put on a really good match. Those guys know how to execute a great match. Starts on time, runs on time. They feed you during the day. They feed you after the match. You know how it is. Trash cans. Think about ROs. Those guys really know how to execute a match. What Prentice did this time around, though, is he put a lot of targets out there in the course of fire that were missable, and they weren't just missable on a couple of stages. They were missable on every stage. There really weren't. There was maybe 1 stage or 2 stages in the entire match where I felt like you could kind of relax. It was maybe just a little bit easier. I would say that most every stage in the match kept you honest. There was a missable target there. Even a 300-yard target with a big small. The small made me nervous. It really made me nervous. I'm not kidding. And so that's where some of that luck comes into play. You hit a target, you think you saw it. Yeah. You've got to take it to the small one, and Josh, you were there. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so, I know you and I actually talked about like stage 17 after the match, that KYL confirmation, and so those are the last couple stages of my day. And looking at the match book ahead of time, I'm like, oh, this is a cakewalk. Like, no reason to not have 9 or clean here. I get over to that 17, and I'm hunting for the confirmation target. I'm expecting, usually a KYL confirmation type stage, your confirmation's a generous target.
Usually,
I literally couldn't find it. It was so small. It was the size of it was as wide as the T-post. It was like 2.5 tenths max at 625 yards. I was like,
that's a sporty target.
This is if you get a 6 here, you've done okay. If you get an 8, you did awesome. I think you said you got a 9 and got out of there, right? Like you were just thrilled with that.
I was 17 and 18, which some stages were. There was the potential for some of those stages to wreck you if you were not careful. And in Navasota, that's at that range in particular, and I have to give Prentice a lot of credit. At that range, there's a real fine line between a meatball match and a match that's just so incredibly hard it makes you want to not shoot precision rifle anymore at all, because there's just no berms on anything. There's no berms on a lot of these tournaments. So 17 and 18, like Josh was talking about, those are both of those stages. I saw them coming up. I've shot there a lot. We had kind of a switching tailwind going on. Guys were holding left and right, every other shooter. And so, to Josh's point, when I got through both of those stages, I got a 9 and a 9. I was really happy to make the turn.
Did you shoot that day 1 or day 2?
I shot those on day 2. They were probably my, 3rd, 4th, 5th stage of the day.
Okay.
On day 2.
Early on.
Yeah. And, day 2 was predicted to be a lot less wind. And so I really thought coming into day 2, Johnny Delicati had me by 3. It was tied with Chad Estes and Dale Rhodes. We were 3 shots back of John, and I thought, man, if the wind lays down, this match could get significantly easier. I may not be able to catch that guy. Right. Yeah. I'm not able to catch him at all. But it was still, the targets were still kept you honest. It didn't really matter. It didn't really matter. So we made the turn, and then we faced kind of a constant left wind the rest of the day as we shot stages 1 through 5.
So you kind of got lucky there right before the turn. Then I mean, to score like you did, you needed that. You needed those 2 stages for the wind, and then turn, and then you have some constant side wind, right?
That's correct. Yeah, it certainly. It's a little easier when you know that the wind is going to be a constant left wind versus having to chase possibly left or right. And what I was kind of referring to on stages 17 and especially 18. 18 was a modified prone stage off of a platform, but there was another KYL rack at approximately, Josh, like 750 yards, I think, 775 yards.
Something like that. Yep.
But there's nothing behind the target if you miss it. It's just grass. It's just tall. It's cattails. It's big, tall weeds. The bullet just disappears, and guys are holding left and right and anything in between. And if you found it, it was really a race to see how fast you could get across that rack and not slip a shot before it switched. So
Yeah,
So
back to back those stages, like that confirmation KYL and that the next one KYL, it was like big, really small, big, really small,
yeah,
big,
yeah.
and like those two small ones, you could easily slip them every time, and you're walking away with a 6. I mean, that's what I did.
were you
I
able
mean,
to see shots on the big plate though?
eh,
Yeah,
good.
pretty much like that.
I mean, like you.
Yeah.
So I thought it looked centered, right? But I think it was
Yeah.
just so big, it wasn't actually moving because it was such a big plate. And it just absorbed it all. And then I'm like, oh, that looks good. So send the first shot at the small one and miss. And now you're like, uh-oh, which way?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless you catch one of those on the edge, the way those targets are hung on that rack, they're not on straps. They're on some sort of just a metal hanger. So unless you really hit one on edge, it's not going to turn for you. It's really not. And so you've got to see where that bullet hits that plate. Otherwise, you're just kind of guessing.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
it was good. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I think as we made the turn on day 2, John just John was ahead of us. He slipped a shot here, and it really just kind of came down to those last few stages.
Okay.
To finish. So.
I have a question for you. Going into the last stage, and you miss your first 3 shots. What is going through your head?
Did you miss your first 3 shots?
Yeah, it's kind
I
of
wasn't kidding when I said that.
it's embarrassing, but yes, I missed my first 3 shots. Well, okay.
Yeah.
The reason why I missed those first 3 shots is actually embarrassing. The fact that I missed them isn't, but the reason why I missed them is embarrassing. So yes. So what's going through my head? That's a great one. So let's go ahead and let everybody know what happened. I've got a 5-shot lead going into my last stage. I am shooting the PRS barricade, and I'm shooting the near far 400, 500 yard targets. We had just shot a couple of stages leading up to that. We had shot the targets at that same distance, same angle, same everything, same berm, in fact. And so I felt confident about my wind. My wind was going to be somewhere between 3 and 4 tenths on the front target, 4 to 5 tenths on the back target. It really wasn't much deviation outside of that. So because I had plenty of time, it's a 2-minute stage, I was going to just go ahead and dial elevation for every shot. Just don't miss a shot. Just keep it really clean. I don't care about how fast this takes. So I went ahead and dialed my wind, and that's where I goofed up. When I shot that first shot at the very first target, I saw it hit. It was a left 3 and 4 was what I went with. I shot that first shot. Bullet dumped off the right. I thought, wow, I need more wind. I reached up and I added a couple more tenths of wind, and then went to the back target and held the left edge. And that bullet, I swear, it looked like it missed even further off the right side of that target. So, Josh, to your point at that, I realized a lot of stuff goes through your head in that moment. I realized
I'm melting down. I am match is
well,
over. Like, pack the truck. I'm driving home.
I knew I had some shots to give. I just needed to, just stay in the moment, just figure it out, see what's going on. And so at that point, I thought to myself, okay, I've got 5 tenths of wind dialed in the gun. I'm going back to this front target. I'm holding left edge on this. I just can't see how this is going to be more than 9 tenths of wind. We just don't. I looked up at the conditions. I sent the shot. It dumped way off the right of the target. I thought, okay, something's wrong. Stop. Time out. I looked at everything. Elevation's good. Looked at the wind. Realized I had dialed right. I didn't dial left. I dialed right.
Oh.
I know. Of all the times. Actually, that was the second time in that match that I dialed the wrong way. So now I'm going to look, I've got to send this next shot, and none of the data up to this point is any good at all. I have to trust that my original wind call is going to work. So I go back. I went ahead and dialed it, went back to 3 tenths left, held on the left side of that next target and hit it and finished it out at that point. And it was a little embarrassing. It was a little nerve wracking. I think
your calls were good.
They
were good.
I had one shot to give, and if I'd have missed another one after that 4th shot, then John would have won because I think dropped 1 shot on the barricade. Even if we tied, he would win in tiebreaker because of that.
I've been saying it on the podcast. You weren't here for it, but I was like, you just got cold feet. You just didn't want me to get that ice cream. You were worried about the money changing hands and just couldn't just drop another one there.
That's it. So there was a little bit of hazing. Before I started that stage, I could hear Dale and John and Coulter and those guys in my backswing saying, "Oh, you got 5 shots. Like, go for the win the stage, go fast, just go fast." And so I said, no, for this one, guys, I'm not going to try to help y'all's score, help your average here. I'm going to be selfish, and I'm just going to win this match and go home. So,
oh my gosh,
that's how it went. Yeah. So to answer your question, so what was going through my mind with the first one? I don't know. I was still in the moment. I was still engaged. I knew I had some shots to give. It's just kind of it's like any other stage at that point. Just assess what's going on and keep going.
So you know, like you're saying you knew you had a 5-point lead. So say pre-live scoring, you know, does that change your panic? You know, because you're sometimes knowing that score can hurt you and put pressure on, but also knowing, oh, I got 5 to give. Well, you may be a little calmer in that scenario where if it's, you know, you're like, oh, I'm shooting pretty good today. Oh man, I just dropped 3. I just lost the match. Like, you're already out of it now. If you didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I knew. I normally don't watch the score. I'm usually one of the guys that doesn't really pay attention. You know, when I won that match, you know, Ken, you were talking about the one last season in Alabama. I wasn't looking at my phone at all, but my watch is synced to my phone. So I didn't know what the score was, but I knew what was going on because I keep getting these text messages from guys while I'm shooting. Hey, man, keep it up. You're doing really well. You're doing really, really good. Just keep it together. You know, do really good.
Yep.
You know, one more to go. They are all telling me what's going on without telling me what's going on.
Do not disturb.
Yeah,
do
there
not
you
disturb.
Go. That's it.
Yep, and have a buddy in your squad with you. If your wife needs you for something, you call him. Yes,
exactly. Yeah, I don't like to think that it would make a difference on how I would approach a stage. I didn't approach that stage with, you know, planning on dumping any shots at all. I went into it to clean it. I assumed I was going to clean it. I wasn't going to miss any shots. Clean the stage, win by 5, and everything would be good. But I was checking. But coming down the line, I was checking my phone. My phone was closed, and I was checking scores every once in a while and kind of seeing where everybody was at. I knew that John was up there, and I think Gage was doing really well at the same time. So I think Gage had to finish on those stages 17, 18, Josh, like you did. And so I knew he had a tough couple final stages. I knew that if I got to the PRS barricade with at least a couple of shots, it was going to be really hard for me to lose that match. Thankfully, I had more than a couple of shots to give. Otherwise, I'd have lost that match.
There you go. What other matches you got coming up this year? What's on your schedule?
You know, man, I wish I could shoot the A-Team Precision match this weekend, but unfortunately, I'm in Colorado skiing with.
It sounds terrible.
It's terrible.
That makes sense with the snowshoes on the wall now. I'm like,
I was sitting here wondering this entire time. I was like, why does a Texas guy have snowshoes? I was just waiting for my moment.
There it is. That's it.
Don't wait. You got to take it, Clay.
That's exactly right. That's why, Kid, when you texted me, can you join? I was like, what time is that Central? Because I'm in Mountain Time right now. It's as far as my time. So, I thought about it. Seriously thought about it. But, you know, I take a little different approach this season to balance between family and shooting, and it's got to be there if you're going to perform well. So my next match that I've signed up for is I think the Koenig match in Colorado is what I'm registered for. But
I mean, you're taking time off then. That's April 11th.
I might have to shoot gunline. I'm still waiting to see what Clay does to all those guys, you know, here in a couple of weeks at his match, and that's going to decide whether or not I need to shoot gunline, to be honest with you, for the World Championships.
Yeah, as I say, so Clay's match, your match is a USPRA qualifier, right?
Yep,
that's right.
Yep.
So, you know, if you come out there and win it, you can be the decider on where people's scores are going. You could get this in your own hands.
I know. Hey, no, believe me, I wish, and that's another conversation. I wish I could just say, hey, you know what? I don't even want to shoot this for the world qualifiers. I just want to come shoot your match. And so maybe that's something we'll talk about down the road. But I hate to miss it. I really hate to miss it. Unfortunately, it's kind of a risk-reward thing. I don't have any mulligans to give. If I go in there and just have something not go right, I could literally shoot myself in the foot, and I knock myself off the team. You know, right now I'm in the top 6, so I'm trying to be careful with that. That's a tough one. Yeah. What do you do?
So is your match sold out?
Yeah, been sold
your
out
match
for a while.
sold out. That's awesome, and we'll talk about that at the next episode that we do. That'll be fun.
It's gonna be real interesting. The one after that, when the match director is coming on to talk about it. I'm already here. And I got to listen to somebody, fuss about this or that, or my gun got dirty, or whatever's going to happen in that one.
It's not the gun; it's the magazines that quit working. That's the problem.
There's a stock tank right there. Everybody uses it to rinse mags.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mags
Well,
always work there at Clay's match. So I don't know. I don't know what other problem people have. Knock on wood.
So I have a quick story. My first time shooting Clay's, which is Clay, that probably was arguably the dustiest match, right? I mean, things were
Probably.
just
It hadn't
super
rained
dry.
in like years, and the wind's blowing 612 roughly.
I mean, everything's covered in dust. Like it's in your eye, it's in everything. But I had a mag failure, like 3 stages in. My mags are clean when I started. Now I wasn't even using AICS mags, so I'll be honest. I had a mag go down where it just, I stripped the top round off, sent it, and then the rest didn't pop up. I'm like, oh damn, not a problem though. I have a brand new mag on my hip that I have not pulled out. Put that in, strips the top round off, and it's also dirty. And it was on my hip the entire day. Like it had never come out. It was already dirty. And that's when I learned, like, you don't go to Oklahoma unless you're shooting AICS mags, right?
Yeah, Ben had 2 mags fail on him on the last stage of my match a couple years ago. Last stage of the match, both of them failed.
Yeah, throw the shit in the truck. Time to go home.
Yeah, I asked someone at Texas, like, hey, you shooting Clays in a couple weeks or whatever? And they're like, I don't have time to clean my rifle. Like, clean it as much as it needs. I'm like, so
on the cleaning portion, I got to throw something at you, though. So after you shoot my match, whoever's watching this, bore scope your barrel once you get done. I think you'll be shocked at what you see inside.
Seriously?
Yeah. It'll look like you just got done scrubbing it. Like, it'll be the cleanest you've ever seen it.
So it'll be a 244 instead of a 243.
It might be, but it will not need anything to go down it other than another bullet.
Okay.
Okay. So
I mean, my rifles have always shot well there.
So bring a backup gun, or the backup gun, rather. Gun number 2 was the recommendation I was given.
Exactly. Well, Chris, we're not going to take your entire evening away from you while you're on vacation. Get some quality family time in, man. And sure. Maybe we'll see you Koenig or Gunline. We'll figure out where you're going to next. Clay, after your match, we'll have to do a rundown of what the USPRA standings, like what the shakeup was. It'd be fun to talk about. So
I'll make sure to have these scores updated immediately after that match is finished. When Clay sends me a text and says scores are final, I'll run the calculations and you guys will have it.
Well, you got some personal skin in that game too, don't you?
I do have a little bit of skin in that game, but I'm also in charge of the scoring for the USPRA.
Exactly.
Yeah. So from both points of view, absolutely. I'll be watching this as it goes through. I really hate that I'm missing it. I'd almost come and watch it and RO it if I had time.
I need 2 more. So.
We'll
do your civic duty.
We'll see. I
love it.
Well, thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris. We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
All right. Now we're going to talk this weekend's match. A-Team Precision A-Team at Alabama Precision with our match director, Levi Wilson.
Hey, Billy, how are you?
We're doing good.
Good, how are you?
Glad to have you on here.
Good.
Yeah. Heck yeah. So you've been the match director now for Jim at Alabama Precision for a couple matches now, right?
Yep. Yeah. So we kind of, we're still kind of doing the 2 days together. I did all the 1 days last year. So we did the 2 days together last year, and he's giving me more and more of the reins as we go. So
Sure.
So what do you do different on your 1 days versus your 2 days?
Not a ton different. Kind of, try to make things a little more new shooter friendly at a 1 day, right? Trying to
like with target size or with movement or both or
all the above. Just trying to keep things. I don't want to say basic, but having people come back. People like hitting targets. So trying to play your customers, right, or your shooters. I'm not gonna make every stage a challenge for Clay when half of our shooters are two or three matches in. So just trying to gauge our audience.
What I guess that being said, for this 2 day match this weekend, what do you think? Like course of fire wise, like what do you think the winners are going to drop here? right? The winner, the top 5, those guys.
So the weather today, I think we're
Yeah.
gonna have a little more wind than expected, but man, I'd like to see it somewhere between 10 and 15 drops. It's going to be somewhere in the 180 round match, 18
Mhm.
stages. So 10 or 15 drops, I'd be pretty happy with. I think we're supposed to have pretty decent weather. Wind's supposed to be up a little bit, which Alabama's wind's always a little funny, but yeah, 10 to 15 is my number. I'd like to see around 12 is the number I'd like to really see. So.
Okay. Will you make any changes to the course of fire based on weather between now and Thursday, basically?
I doubt it.
I like that.
Good.
No, because as soon as he does, it'll be no wind, and then he'll be like, God
Exactly,
dang it.
yeah. So
Yeah.
when I'm trying to do stages and provide targets, it's an average day of shooting. I want I like every stage to be a 7, 8, 9 difficulty. I'm not one that likes separator stages. I just want every stage to be pretty fair, back to back. That way there's no draw. And that's a challenge we got at Alabama. Half of our range we've got 1,200 yards. The other half it's hard to get over 700. So trying to the guys who are shooting down low one day versus the guys who are shooting up the hill, and trying to make it very fair for both parties, whether they're shooting up on the hill late in the day or early in the morning, and same thing down on the bottom. So, when I'm routing a stage, I want everybody, to be happy with a 7, and the good guys are, struggling to get that 9 and 10, so.
Are you shooting all 18 at the same time, or is it
Yeah.
9 and 9?
No, so in the past we've done 10 and 10. So all 10 one day, rotate back around and do 10 more. So we talked about it. I think we have the room and we're doing it this year. Or this match. So we'll see how it goes. But we're shooting 18 stages consecutive. So 18 squads, a little lower count per squad. So flat flow will be a lot better.
Mhm.
And I think that's even more of a challenge now is, the guy who starts on 10 and shoots the low side all in one day versus the guy who starts up on the hill, just trying to make it really fair. But I feel pretty good about it. Got some real tough stages on both. No, there might be 1 or 2 easier stages in the whole match book, but nothing's crazy either, so.
Mm-hmm. What kind of like shooters is the course of fire going to really favor? Like we talked about Gravestone and Jake said, hey, I'm putting a lot of fast shooting, lots of position, stuff like that, and we're like, well, Francis Colon's coming to that match, he's probably going to do quite well, right? Like what kind of shooter does this really favor your match?
So I don't know if there's stages of each. I got some 10 position stages and I've got some prone stages. So, I think we've got probably six, pretty much bipod stages. Everything else going to be, pretty much positional, a little bit of modified prone in some of those, but, it's just a wide variety. Nothing, trying not to, have everything a 5 position stage or everything, a troop line stage. So,
Yeah.
Just a good variety of everything.
You mentioned 700 is your max on one part of the course fire, right, or the part of the range, and 1200 on the other. I guess this is a question for everybody here. Like, can you do a Pro Series match fairly where the whole match is limited 700 yards?
For sure you can. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. So first time me and you ever shot together, Ken, was at Red Brush.
Yeah.
And they're a 540 yard range, and that's the toughest place I've ever shot. So it can be, they had 25, 30 mile an hour winds coming across through there with 3 and 4/10 wide targets. That's tough for everybody. So.
I know we've talked about this before with some other guys too. Like at the end of the day, though, if the targets are appropriate for the yardage, does it really matter if you're shooting 10 mile an hour wind at 400 yards on a 6 or 10 inch plate versus 1,000 yards with the same wind, but it's a 30 inch plate? Like, I mean,
I mean,
Right.
that's why all mine are uniform. You know, they're 6/10 on the big one and they're 4/10 on the small. So it shouldn't matter what distance you're shooting at. And then I try to make them even. But I think so many times I've been to matches where they're like, oh, I have to get, you know, my long range stage in there or this and that. And, you know, you shoot 18 stages where you're shooting, you know, under 500 yards, then all of a sudden you got an 1100 yarder and then a 1200 yarder behind that. And you're like, where did this come from? You know?
Right.
So I mean, I think people just have the mindset of, oh, I have to have something really long, but I don't think you do.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the first, actually, I think every year the barrel maker that we put on, we had one stage. It was a troop line off a deck that ran out to 1,380 yards, you know, but we limited it to 2 shots at that far one. And it was a troop line, so you could, I don't know. It's like I'm trying to justify it, and I now know, like, that's a dumb stage.
That wasn't the one to pick on. If we're going to pick on some stuff at that match, that's not the one.
Levi, A-Team. Yeah. Let's talk about this weekend. Yeah. What?
We have 1,200, but
yeah.
I'm not using 1,200. Not using 1,100 either. The long range stage, if you will, is just 1,000. There's, I think, 6 shots past 8:15 the whole max.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I think that's great.
Perfect. Let me share the screen here, and let's do some pick'ems. Who we think. And Levi, I'm curious. You know, you shoot alongside all these folks. You know, you probably have people in mind as you're setting up course fire who's going to be a stud at what. So I just walked through impact scoring. I think you have 140 coming. Does that sound right?
still got a few spots
120.
open.
Okay. Is Morgan King planning to just drive over and throw cash down? We should know that, right? All right. So I went through and I kind of cherry picked the top. You know, anybody that had pro next to their name, and then kind of skimmed. I actually had to go back and pick Ben Gossett out because he wasn't classified in here for some reason. But and then I got Suppressor on here. So who? Let's go through it. Josh, why don't you start it?
I'm gonna take Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Benny Boy.
There's a lot of good names on this list.
there is.
I'm not saying there's not, but
yeah, Ben's just that silent killer, man.
it's silent in public.
Yeah. That's it, huh? Generally, he does. He does.
Yeah, he's won that like 17 or 18 times, I swear.
Okay. Who are you thinking, Levi?
So I think, and I'll speak for him, I think Jeff's actually out. I think he's got another injury. So that kind of does eliminate one of the front runners. But man, Ben, I like Brandon. Lane, also one of them killers.
Lane could
my man Hunter
definitely
Neal,
pull that out. Yeah.
If he's got a good match, he's got it in him too. So
We're doing runner-ups. I like Keith and Keith.
As runner-up, Keith Baker, Keith Rudiso, or after Ben. Okay.
I think it's do it.
I was gonna ask. You gotta specify what Keith though, Josh. Rudisil then Baker, or Baker then Rudisil?
Oh, I had plural runner-ups there. It's 2 Keiths.
Oh, they're gonna tie for second. Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like those would be my, like second and third picks.
Okay.
I'm
Go ahead.
going Derek Warren for number 2.
DW. Okay. Third.
Third, I'm gonna go Keith Baker.
Baker. Okay. I have to keep picking Keith Rudisil. I can't. I picked him the last 2 times. I have to pick him this time, right?
Third time's the charm, right?
Third time's the charm. And I think, man, it sucks with Jeff Gary. Like he would be an easy pick here, right? I'm gonna go Lane Shelley after that. So Keith Rudisil, Lane Shelley, and then I'm gonna go Ben after that. We'll see what happens.
You must not like ice cream very much.
I have to pick something different if
Clay
I'm going
is
to win this
so
thing.
confident right now.
He is. Yeah. All right, let's take a look here. Tactical, not a lot of guys to choose from here. Like, the first couple matches of the year, and maybe, I don't know, because qualifier or something like that, it just seemed like all the divisions are loaded with talent. Kendall Simpson, he's the guy that I know because I've seen him at the last 3 finales, right?
Got to be
That's it.
Kendall on that one.
Okay.
Yep.
Kendall. Got it. Picking the same. All right.
Gascon, I'm probably going Robert Badgett.
Badgett. I'm going Badgett.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Well, this is a tough one.
I think I'm going with Ben. I'm not sure though.
Go Ben. Do not ND this weekend, Ben.
That would be. Oh man.
I hope he doesn't.
I mean, even if that happened, he'd still be top sportsman, technically.
But yeah, I think we just delete him out of the standings if they ND. So, all right, production. Yeah, I want Tate Cunningham to win a production match at some point here. Production award. He's been shooting. This is his second year. He's down by you. I think he's in Florida, pretty close to actually Altus, but
that's my pick. I'm going Tate.
Yeah.
Every Tate I know is a good shooter. I'm picking Tate.
We're all picking Tate. I will have to let him know after this. Love it. Okay.
I wouldn't do that.
That's a good point. He's going to listen to this probably on the way to the match, so we'll see.
Yeah, there's that.
Fritz,
You're going to pick Fritz.
Yeah,
okay.
He's coming to cook gumbo on Friday, so
can't go
or
wrong.
jambalaya on Friday, so I'm picking Fritz.
Oh,
he's a winner for reason. Levi no matter what.
Yeah, that's a
Fritz England. All right. International. We have an Aussie coming. Timo. Obviously, we're all picking Timo. Okay, top juniors. This is where the pick might vary here, right?
I think I'm gonna go with Hunter.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Hunter, but if Grace is on, I'm gonna go Grace.
You can't do that. So you're just handing compliments out.
I think Emma actually won junior at Federal maybe last year.
Okay.
Or maybe that was A-Team. So.
Well, I'll text you Saturday night with my pick then. How's that sound?
I'm picking Hunter.
You're picking Hunter. I'm gonna go Emma. We're gonna vary. We got to try to win this thing. Okay, top weighties.
Grace it is.
Grace. I feel like I got to go Emma again, right? Okay, we'll see. Emma better have a weekend.
You'll never guess my pick for this one.
Clay's going with Ben Gossett.
Likewise.
Yep. I think I got to go.
Sam's been feeling good lately.
Yeah.
Someone should pick Sam just for the shits, because then he'd be 3 for 3.
He would be 3 for 3. I think I'm picking. I got to go Ben. Sorry, Sam. All right, top seniors.
Lee Petros.
So you're going with Levi? You're from Tennessee, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I go Lee.
Yeah, Lee's tough to beat. Lee,
I think.
Lee's a solid shooter.
Did he win this match last year?
No.
He won a match.
He won.
We gotta bring this up.
No, he won, but
Should have this stuff kind of queued up, right? Or you guys could talk about something intriguing here while I'm looking it up.
So, well, I think he won Road to Redemption, or I don't know if that's still what it was called, but I think that's like South Carolina. I can't remember, one of those Carolinas.
Man, that TISM is strong. Can you tell me the date of it?
Oh, jeepers creepers!
I wouldn't even be impressed if you gave me the exact date.
It's not going to be an exact date. I'm going to say September of 23. I'm going to throw 20th on it.
September 23rd, 2023. You're off by 3 days.
Pull it up. I got to see it. Get it up on your screen. I need to know.
Where'd it go? There it is. Road to Redemption, September 23rd.
I was off by 3 days. I was close. I was within a week. It counts.
That is unreal. That is unreal. All right.
I just remember because that AG Cup match. I think it was that year. I guess it was the year after. Me and him were shooting together, and I had a mag issue, and he let me borrow, mag all weekend long, and that was one of the things we chatted about.
Okay, I want to do one more with you because this is fun, and I know you're really good at this stuff. And this is somebody else that's got one match win. Okay, ready for it?
Goody.
And actually, I'm gonna though I'm not even gonna say it that way. Chris Opfer, his last match win.
It was the Gap match in Missouri, the RCBS, the RCBS Rumble, and I think that was probably in 23 also.
Give me a month and a year.
I'm going June of 23.
August 22. RCBS Rumble.
Well, had the match.
And that match has gone through 2 name iterations, and you had the match still.
Well, now I'm just disappointed. I missed it by over a year.
That's crazy. That's crazy. We're gonna do more of that exercise sometimes, but all right. I think that covers us with the match. Levi, any last things you want to mention about this coming up weekend?
Changing a lot of props, changing the course fire up much, using the whole range. So we got another match in September, or it's actually last week in August this year.
Yeah.
Qualifier match. So
Heck
just, want everybody to come out and have a good time. So.
Well, I love that you're, putting the thought into the no separators. Every stage, fair, all difficult, all cleanable. I love that.
Yeah. I really, try to build a match that I'd like to shoot. Yeah. I don't want anybody saying, I got, screwed because I didn't start up on the hill, or I got screwed because I started on here, and that sucks. Everybody's been in that situation, So just having it every single stage, somewhere, equal difficulty within 10 or 15%. And, just trying to put on a good, fun, fair match, make everybody come back. So.
For sure.
Heck yeah. If you get gunboard jambalaya, man, you can't go wrong.
That's right.
All right, Levi, you have a great weekend. Good luck.
All right.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys. See y'all.
See ya.
So now we're going to talk with a couple match directors for this upcoming match. This is Berger Precision Challenge. It's the second year of this match. We have Richard Layton and Rob Mahaffey here. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us here.
Heck yeah. So, Richard, you got some help this year on the match, Course Fire?
Yeah, I definitely called in some assistance, and Rob was awesome. I honestly just reached out initially to Rob just to pick his brain, because coming off the Snowbird, one of the learning curves was the sport's changed a lot over the years. Been in the PRS game since 2013-ish, first 2-day in 2016, and it's changed dramatically. And so it got talking to Rob probably around September timeframe, and he very quickly volunteered, and I was really quick to take him up on it to get his expertise on just Course of Fire suggestions. And he was pretty much the brains behind this year's Course of Fire. So he really helped rein in some of the not outlandishness, but it kind of reined it into what the expectations would be. and then also dial up where some of the difficulty needed to be dialed up to keep it in line with what a lot of the other national matches have been running last year in 2025. So it was a huge help this year.
So one of the things that we talk about often is that like the best match directors are the ones that shoot, right? Like you kind of have to go out, you kind of have to see how other people do it, right? In 2024, Clay, you're our statistics guy, analyst. How many matches in 2024 did our friend Robert Mahaffey shoot?
Oh, I don't have any idea. I'm going to say 12.
Nope. I'll give you a hint. It was the most in the PRS.
Oh, then it's going to be like 19?
17
20?
in 2024. 17. Robert,
I like him. I see him almost everywhere I go. About the nicest guy you're ever going to meet.
Exactly.
I appreciate
Robert,
the kind words.
How many did you shoot last year?
20 plus the finale.
Nice.
Yeah. And I recommend it to absolutely nobody.
Oh, well, come on now. Come on.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, oh, come on. You know, it's a load of fun. You got to see some phenomenal places that I wouldn't have normally gotten to and meet some great people that you wouldn't normally. But, you know, when you're going back to back and back to back to back weekends, sometimes you go into a match a little underprepared.
And you shot Sportsman for most of last year, didn't you?
Yeah, probably about a third Sportsman, two-thirds Open.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, we got a note here. I mean, you won the Sportsman division in the inaugural year, which was a baller. Baller division
killer.
win.
Thanks. It was a lot of fun. If it gave me an excuse to build another gun, and it gave me an excuse to run Berger 140s, which are my favorite bullet on the planet.
It's a good one. I mean, they just work.
Yep.
Who came up with that logo, by the way?
It was a mix. Reached out to a private guy, and then Berger actually took it and then tweaked it with their brand. So it was kind of a mix, but Berger ultimately came up in-house with that final variant.
I like that a lot. It just makes me, wish that you had your trophy. I don't know what your trophies look like, but that the trophies had an actual, rattle in there. Like, you guys are just out hunting rattlesnakes on the range. Every time you get one, okay, that's a shorter one. That's the fourth place. That's the fourth place rattle.
Gosh. It's summertime. There are plenty of them, apparently. The guys that they were saying out there, we would not be traipsing pounding T-posts if it was summertime. They're apparently all over out there.
I guess you just got to get ready early next year.
No, like we could stop recording and then just like be done with this now. Like rattlesnakes are not for a Midwesterner. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they leave you alone.
All right, let's talk about the match a little bit. So with all this experience, and Richard, you go back, like you said, to 2013. That's crazy. I mean, that's almost the beginning of the sport. And Robert, you've shot a heck of a lot and seen a heck of a lot in the last couple years. I mean, what is the plan for the match? Like, what kind of course of fire are you putting out? What are some of your goals with that? And then follow that up with like, what do you think the winner's gonna do this weekend?
So,
go ahead, Rob.
I took away something from an interview you had, Ken, with Beamer and Prentice 6-9 months ago or so. Yeah. Beamer said when he's designing a course of fire, he just says, okay, what type of stuff would I like to shoot? And it's someone who shot 30 plus matches over the last couple of years. I have a lot of stages where I walked away and said that was really fun. I'd love to shoot that one again. And really that's what this match is made up of. It's just a lot of matches I enjoyed shooting. But of course still keeping it challenging. And I guess to finish with to answer your question about what you were thinking for a percentage, I don't know. It seems every time somebody tries to put like Dan Verticchini and Woodhouse put down a percentage, and then Morgan decided to have the weekend of his life in California. So I I don't believe in chasing that percentage. We set target sizes out. Maybe the wind is 15, maybe the wind is 3. I don't know.
So what can we expect for target sizes then? Like what sort of average size did you put out?
If we're saying an average size, correct me if I'm wrong, Richard, but I think we're like in the 0.5.
Yeah, I would say probably right around there. And honestly, there was a couple where I'm like, "Are you sure?" And you're like, "No, that's good. That's good size." I'm like, "All right, that's spicy. All right."
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's still 5-6 days away, but what's the weather looking like right now?
Yeah, actually, we're getting lucky right now. They're getting hit with 50-mile-an-hour winds up there, and they're looking to rain today, tomorrow. But then come Friday, we're looking at 50s to 60s, sunny, and it's predicting 10 to 15s on the winds. But the locals up there, we got a couple people that shoot commonly with us, and they're like, "Oh, the winds can be up to 20s and gust even higher, and don't bring pop shades." And then the times Rob and I have been up there setting up, it's nice breezy day, nothing too crazy. So it's hard because it's still kind of a new range. There's not a lot of data on the range. We've shot one match there so far outside of this, so it's going to be an experience.
So this is not the same place that the Snowbird was.
It is not the same place. It's not the same place. No.
Yeah,
I like that. I like new places,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess describe the new range. Last time was at Cowtown, right? And it's kind of that's the storied range for the for the sport and all that, and it's where you're still doing one days, right? But what's the new place like?
Yeah, so honestly, the new place has changed. I think every time we've been up there. The first time I took a tour of it was up in April, and at first I was a little hesitant because they were really hungry for a big match, and at the time it was maybe like 5 quote unquote platforms. And basically it's husband, wife, they bought some dirt out there and they've just been pushing dirt like crazy. So that was in April and I was like, I don't know. And then they're running NRL 22 and they kept adding platforms. They half buried a pickup truck. They built a rattlesnake prop out of rebar and concrete, like fully molded and everything. And now it's up to where it's, Rob, how would you say, like 200-300 yards from end to end?
Oh, firing line?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and they keep expanding. And every platform they're building up is a manicured platform, separated out, raised platform. So it's that's what we can kind of describe it as. It's a square range in the desert. To a degree. Okay. It's all nice and linear to each other. We don't have to worry about Cowtown in terms of angles of fire. It's pretty much in a half bowl of the mountain range, so there's nothing behind it. And it's nice. It's a nice facility they're building out there. When they heard about Impact, they basically went in and installed Starlink with a repeater out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish you'd told me this stuff about a month ago. You'd have another person signed up right now. That sounds really good.
I did my best to try to advertise the best I could, but it's tough, the way things go on social.
Man, maybe we need to pre-record these and get them out,
right?
Way in advance so people can sign up. Man, it sounds awesome. You said 50s and 60s. I would. Actually, that's what the weather's been in Wisconsin the last day or two, but that is like an anomaly for this time of year. Like probably
it's going to be cold. I mean, it's going to be really cold. I hope the people will be all right. It's going to be cold.
Oh man,
we're bringing hand warmers.
Yeah. We're going to layer up there.
I can tell you, if Josh or I were coming from up north, we'd probably be shooting in a t-shirt by the end of the day. So, heck yeah.
Yeah, no.
All right, well let's talk about the match. Who signed up here? I went through and how many we got? How many we have registered?
130.
130.
Nice.
A little bit of a buffer on right at 130.
Heck yeah. And I one notable I saw in here was Ken Lin. Obviously works for Berger and Capstone and all that. Ken actually shot one of the years of the barrel maker for us, and I think he finished top 20. And I was like, I can't believe he knows how to shoot, but he's actually a good shooter. Just doesn't shoot very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think he's known more for his personality, showing up in a panda suit, an ROing, and I remember I had these like Tony Hawk props is what I called them, and he sends me a picture of him just like sprawled out in it, in his little, I'm in bed pose kind of a deal. I mean, he's a character.
He is a character. He is a
he's
character.
Awesome to work with,
Yep.
though.
Heck
Loves the
yeah.
sport.
From Berger. Yep. So he's your main contact. So I threw up the folks that I think stand the best chance. Maybe I hope that I'm not missing anybody in this list. It's not to be exclusive or anything like that, but we typically go around the horn and pick who we think. Rob and Richard, what are you guys thinking? Who do you think might pull away with this? And I'm going to state this too. Chad Heckler is not shooting a 308 this weekend.
Interesting. Okay. That's a nice little nugget. You could have held that for yourself.
I could have, but I'm not that guy, Clay.
I'm surprised to see that. I mean, does he remember how to shoot anything else?
He's going to pull the trigger and he's going to be waiting for the recoil. Meanwhile, he'll have hit the target already, thinking that he had a squib.
Yeah, he's been signed up as open for a while, and I'm like, okay, at some point he's going to go in there and update to show his tack. But
I texted him before tonight. I'm like, just checking. Like, are you shooting suppressed? And is this correct that it's open? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah. Who do you guys think, Richard and Rob?
So I'll have to go with back-to-back. I'd have to go Rusty. He always shows up, and I got to give some love to local.
Sure.
And to give a run for the money, Chase too, being a local up-and-comer, but I know Drew and Patty, they crushed it at Snowbird. I think they were right up in there, the top 5 from Snowbird. But I Rusty would, I think, give a showing.
Rob?
Yeah, Rusty's a great pick, and he's never ever going to let me practice with him again, let alone travel with him if I don't pick him again. I love Richard's pick of Chase as a dark horse that maybe the other guys on the call don't know. But no, he's been practicing a ton. I know, Clay, you speak really highly of Benner as well, and yeah, Chase is half a step above, I would say. But
yeah, we don't have Benner.
The name Corson Piper popped in my head earlier. I don't know why. I really like Corson.
Yeah, David Benner was the dark horse that you talked about a couple weeks ago, right, Clay?
Yeah, I think he was. I think I said I wanted him to finish top 15, and he was, I think, 1 point out of it after day 1, and then it didn't exactly go his way. Let's say on day 2,
yeah.
But he's gonna get there.
Oh, absolutely. No, I shot with him last Sunday, and yeah, he'll get there.
I was on the phone with him yesterday. He sent me a text, and I call him, and he's in the middle of a match, and then he hands the phone to Rusty, and I was like, Rusty, give me the play-by-play here.
That's cool. Well, Josh and Clay, what do you think? I'm going last for sure.
It's hard to bet against Rusty. He won last year. He wins a lot of matches. My eyes keep going to Corson, but if I'm going to pick I'm going to call it a darker horse type of person, I think Sean Haymore.
That's a good one.
That's his kind of territory to shoot in. So, that's where I'm going.
Okay.
Yeah, Chad not shooting the 308. I almost feel like he's gonna excel. So I'm gonna pick Heckler on this one.
I think you almost want the win not to blow for Chad this weekend, not for any reason other than he's used to holding it with the 308. So if there is wind, he's just going to be strong all weekend long. Like, wait a second, that wasn't 2 mils. I only needed 4/10.
Yeah. I like both you guys. I like everybody's pick so far. When I first put this up, I want Brian East. He shot pretty well at Gravestone, and he's been shooting a lot recently, or maybe I'm just paying attention to it a lot more. But I'm like, he might get one. I like him. I like Cole Mitchell too. Cole Mitchell won a match last year. Yep, never mind. We have 2 Clays on the call.
We're on the same squad.
Okay.
What?
I mean, that's a tough match, right? I mean, Rob, you were there. That was a KRG match, or no, that was Dan Lentz's match, right?
Yeah, West Coast
Yep.
Redemption.
West Coast Redemption.
Leupold was the title sponsor on that one.
Yep. Yep. So,
Wow.
How close does that match resemble this match? What you're doing? You were there. Are the things you liked?
If I'm going to compare our match to any of the ones I shot last year, I'd probably say it's most similar to Godarzi's.
Oh man, you're killing me.
Boy.
You're killing me. You got to get this info out sooner.
Yeah, another nugget of information, which is
Just
if you're
torture
not
at this
familiar, Godarzi's match is typically awfully challenging, right?
He I don't think I shot any smaller targets than what he puts out last year.
Richard's
Yeah.
like, what did I sign up for?
I've only shot his once, but
That
I
makes
thought it was
sense.
really interesting what he did with it. Like, it seemed like every stage there'd be a pretty unmissable target, and then a hittable but missable target, and then a very hard to hit target. Like, this was the first time he put it on. I haven't gotten to be there since, but that's what it was that first time. I mean,
Okay.
the mover, I think, was 4/10. I was like, man, this guy's not messing around.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I think
A
there's
name that we
like
didn't
6
say.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think there's like 6 names you could put on a dice here and roll it, and
Probably.
that's the type of match this is going to be.
For sure. You know, Dale, he's been to both of the first 2 matches of the year, been really close on both of them. You know, I'd be
we didn't even
0%
mention him.
surprised if he finished up on top.
And usually Sam shoots a little, better than he showed in Texas, but I think it was his first match shooting suppressed, and he was having some gun issues. So hopefully he went home and, worked on that. I see he's shooting suppressed again. So he's obviously still has confidence in it. Just got to come back and try again. So, I mean, there's... Yeah.
Tucker shot well at Prentice's match too.
Yep.
It's going to be fun. This will be fun to watch along. I think I'll be tuned in for most of the weekend on this. So
Now we just need to get Bill to put in a split screen function. That way, when we're watching live scores, we can see
Multiple
both of them at the
matches.
same time.
There you go.
Okay, well, Bill. Hopefully you're listening.
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
not too far from the match either. I was trying to talk to him.
That's true.
I know he's crazy busy, but he's
Yeah.
just stone throws away.
We got him. We got him working
Yeah.
pretty hard on some
Yeah.
software stuff for the PRS. So, all right, top tack. You guys pick. Is there any hometown guy here that you're like hard to beat with a 308 or 223?
I don't know. Ryan Spoonhour he's from Berger. He has a long history of just competitive shooting. Not so much in this button, but I think he took. Did he take tack at the Snowbird? But
Last year, okay.
That was
can't
that was
remember.
probably a name that will not be repeated.
Oh,
Okay. Well, Ryan won it.
in our hearts and minds. Oh
Yep.
boy.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you
I
for
don't
that,
know.
Rob.
I don't have a pick. Yeah, thanks for
The awkward drink by Josh.
Got some proctor score situation going on.
But this one, I don't know, Rob. Who do you think from this list?
The Pablo
It's-
Rocket.
It's
Pittman.
honest. I'm not super familiar with really
Yeah.
many of these guys or gals.
Yeah.
Just going by past performance, I'm going to go with Pittman.
Okay.
Oh, okay. The local. Yeah.
I'm picking off a username, so I'm also going Pittman.
And that's
Pablo
okay to
Rocket.
do that. Yep. I like the Pablo Rocket username. That's what I'm going with. Pittman. Josh.
Let's go Shannon.
Yep.
Okay.
I was feeling that. Yep. Okay. Gascon.
Chris.
Yeah. I mean, he's
Chris.
Yeah.
Yep, Chris.
Chris. Okay. Sportsman. I like this. I don't like that Anthony, that I've known for 5 or 6 years, changed his name to Tony, and I know why he did this. Because
So he probably doesn't want to shoot first.
exactly.
Oh.
The randomizing isn't Actually, I think it is built into Impact. I think that was one of the things that was finished this last week.
Oh, nice.
But I can't not call him Anthony. But this could be so. Paul Higley is. I mean, he was our regional director in the Rocky Mountain region for a long time. Yeah, he's a good shooter. Sportsman though. I don't know if he shoots sportsmen all the time, but I know he does some. I think he does some NRL stuff anyway. But
another guy, one of the nicest you'll meet.
Seriously, yeah, 100%. I'm gonna go Anthony though. You guys?
Anthony.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Paul.
Oof. Okay. I love it. I love being different. Anthony comes out to Arizona and shoots with you guys a decent amount too. I think. I think he was at Snowbird last year.
He was. He's got in-laws somewhere in the area.
I think somehow he works it out where there's a work trip right next to a match, same weekend, believe it or not, and he figures it out. Production.
Put me down for Paul on the last one as well.
Got it. Yeah,
don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah.
He shot well at Cameo last year. At least day one, I know he did.
That's his territory, right? I mean, like it's mountain shooting is Paul Higley's deal. Yeah. Yeah. Any names here strike you guys?
Johnson.
Greg.
Oh, we got two. Greg Nagy. That's who you're going with, Clay?
Yep.
Awesome.
I think I heard Rob. Yeah, I would go Brian.
Yeah.
He
Brian
crushed
Johnson.
it on a regional. I think he walked in with it perfect on the production. There were no slouches on the production on the regional side.
Yeah.
That would be mine.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll go
Josh?
Greg. I think Greg.
Okay.
I really want to say Darren just to be different than Clay, but
I'm going to go with I know Greg pretty well, and actually he shot every match so far this year. He shot the first two Texas matches, building a lot of momentum, and I'm going to go with Brian. That's who you guys are suggesting. Local guy. Like we're going to try it. It's on you guys.
I feel like your bookies just gave you a tip on a horse.
100%, right? Hey, I'm sharing information with you guys. Chad's shooting open. All right, international folks.
All right, so here's a question for you. So
no, none of these guys qualify. You're right.
I was that's what I was curious about. I didn't know how that worked.
If
we had needs weeds on the last one, so I wasn't sure how we were doing that.
We did, and all of these guys are from Canada. The rules are changing this year as soon as they're published. But as of now, these guys will, as Canadian shooters, all qualify. So I'm guessing Clay's going to go with Redpath because that's also a unique last name, like Needs Weeds.
No, I'd have gone with Jeff.
Scooby.
Scooby. Is it Scooby? I thought it was Scooby.
No, it's Scooby.
it's Scooby.
Okay.
I'm wondering if he's going to drive all the way down to Arizona, back to Canada, and then to my match the next weekend, or if he's just going to hang out for a week.
Oh.
I should ask him.
Yeah.
Is any of the rest of his crew coming? Like Noel or...
I didn't see him.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, probably, the Clay's match. Are they coming?
Yeah.
I don't think Noel signed up.
Or, was he on Hoyen? Chris Hoyen.
I'm not
the three of
sure.
them always travel together. But I also like Scooby snacks in this one.
That's going to stick forever.
Josh, come on. Don't be
I
don't
said
be
Jeff
bashful.
before
You
anyone
said
said
Jeff.
it.
Okay,
Come on,
my
man.
bad. You know what?
That's what I'd say if I didn't.
I'm going to say Jeff as well.
Former
Scooby
JTAC
snacks.
student, yes.
Mm-hmm. He sure is.
There you go. All right, Rob, are you a former JTAC student?
Not yet.
Not yet.
One of these days, Benner and I will go out there together. That's what I keep talking to him about.
Yeah, okay.
Well, there's going to be a couple spots on the prize table for JTAC classes. So, first
That's
time
awesome. Really?
And actually, this is what I think is really cool about this. I had a guy that came down for private training, I don't know, August roughly last year, And whenever he was finishing up, he asked if he could buy slots to JTAC class and put them on prize tables. And so so it's not from JTAC. So let's just make that clear. I'm not going to say his name in case he doesn't want it out there, but it is not through us. He's just buying it because he loves the sport and he wants to get other people out there.
Unreal.
That's awesome.
Unreal. Wow. And obviously he believes in training and what you guys provide for it. So,
Sure.
I mean, that speaks volumes all around. That's cool.
Yeah, super
Awesome.
nice guy.
Okay.
Kind of wish I had 3 weeks off because we had the NBS show last week. I would have just
In
stayed out
Oklahoma.
there. Went to, I think there's a JTAG class this weekend, right?
Yep, there is.
And then the next weekend just shoot clays. Like that would have been perfect.
I mean, it sounds like a good month.
Yep.
Yeah, hung out in Oklahoma for a month.
I could really show you, to get that Forster press cranking.
Yeah. Well, can you run 2 at the same time?
Of course I can.
Probably. Oh, man. All right, let's talk juniors. I think this is probably an easy bet, huh?
Reagan it is.
Oh yeah.
Reagan, all of us.
Yeah.
Josh, you going a different direction? We're all going
I like
Reagan.
it. That
Okay.
that blue marker there kind of spells that one out.
Yeah, he's a damn good
Yeah, but
shooter.
you get tricked sometimes. Ben doesn't have any marker next to his name.
That's true. He did. It did trick me. I had to, when I saw him on the suppressor list, it was like, what? Oh my gosh, I gotta go back. All right. Okay. Top weighties.
Case is one of as true home field advantage. She lives in Kingman, so if she stays in the fight, that'd be mine.
That's
She's a local.
Inside baseball.
Yeah.
Yep.
She placed really well there in the January match as well.
So
Yeah.
we're getting lured in, boys.
Yeah, you're swaying me. I'm going Case.
I got to stay with
Josh?
Shannon because I picked
do.
her earlier. So
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. Can I just pick off a name? Shalini? You bet.
That's
You guys know her?
oh yeah. Honestly,
Yeah,
that would be my second guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. You're
Pretty tight.
her and her husband. They're part of this. They're in Northern California.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, like, honestly, it's her first match. I'm like, oh, thank you. All right, Mill LE.
Just from your talk on division a little, 5 minutes ago, I'm going Brian Johnson. You guys got me hooked.
Josh?
Michael Moore.
I'm going to let Rob and Richard give me all the inside baseball on the Mill LE before I pick.
Yeah, because I don't see some of the names I thought would be on there, but
Yeah, Cole
from
must have
there-
gotten out. I guess.
Yeah, or Castro, but
Is it
I
Mark
don't know.
Castro?
I would go,
Yeah.
Mark. I would
Okay.
go Greg Harris.
That's who I was going to pick. I actually did write that down. As much as see that. Wrote Greg. See it? Yeah. Greg's done well.
Yeah, Greg's. I'm gonna go. Nah. Greg's such a great guy. I hate picking against him. I'm gonna semi dark horse. I'm gonna go Eric Vargas. A name not a lot of
Vargas.
guys know. Really good shooter out of Vegas.
Vargas from Vegas.
Yep.
I feel like we're all getting fooled here, but all right. Okay, let's talk seniors. This is crazy that there's
Yep.
another huge stack field here of senior
That's
shooters.
where all the retired people go, right?
Oh, wow, that's true.
Somebody had to
Arizona.
get to the easy joke first.
Yeah. Patrick Murphy, is he? I guess I was surprised to see him as a senior, unless I'm thinking of somebody else. I mean, has he been a senior for a while?
Yeah, no, I have to check. That sounds about right.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
I mean, from this list, is it clear?
Yeah, right. Clay's picking Yoki.
I got to. I have
There
to
you
do
go.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rusty, even though I hate to leave Dale out of that. But I think I'm gonna go Rusty.
Yeah, Rob and Richard.
Dale,
Same.
forgive me.
Yeah. I'll go Rusty.
Uncle Rusty. I think that's what I'm going.
I certainly
gotta-
can't pick against him twice.
Yeah. Love it. Right on. You guys have any final thoughts about your match and stuff this weekend?
No, excited for it to come up, and think it's going to be a pretty good showing.
Heck yeah. Well, good luck, and we'll be tuning in, see how things go, and I guess call if you need anything, and we'll see how this shakes out. Thanks, guys.
Sounds good. All right, take it easy, guys.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Well, you were still like 4 seconds late.
Oh man,
I'm just playing each time. As soon as the recording goes off, just gonna start rolling.
Yep. I appreciate you guys doing this. This is I know this isn't easy, and we're gonna get through things. In fact, for everybody at home, hopefully this is the last one we do where we don't have somebody actually contracted to do the production work for us too. So they'll be setting up all the calls, and then it might give us some cues on things to talk about. We'll see. But then they do all the editing. I don't have to spend. Last time it was 8 hours to edit, so down from I think 14. That's yeah. But anyways, I guess a couple last things. Like, let's talk about the season real quick. We have two winners now, Francis and Chris. Neither one of those guys are shooting this weekend. So at the end of this weekend, we'll have 4 guys at 100.
Yeah.
Do we have? I mean, you guys have any? I don't want to say guesses necessarily, but trends the way the season's rolling.
I mean, I think there's a very high likelihood that all 4 of those people that have a win are going to be squad winners.
Okay.
I mean, Chris, Francis, always up there. Ben, if he gets his, he's always in there.
Yeah.
Rusty had a 300 last year. Dale's been in squad 1 before, so they're not out there getting freebies.
No, and it sounds like, I mean, both of those matches, like A-Team should be a really fair match across the board, and it sounds like Robert Mahaffey is going to try to skull drag everybody in Arizona.
Man, that kills me that he just described like such a perfect match, with the terrain and like what he was doing with targets. It's killing me. Like you might have been able to get me out of the house in February to go shoot a match for that.
Yeah. Keep it on the radar for next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing the different match directors and location, I mean, I'd maybe go to Arizona for that,
Yeah. Well,
after hearing everything.
You are a driver. Would you drive to Arizona?
I thought about it. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. How far is that?
I'm sure it's like 20 hours. Yeah, yeah, crazy long. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Are they sold out? I might go.
And then Clay's the following weekend.
I'll just hit it on the way home. It'll be perfect.
You'll still be driving. Holy cow.
Just start pulling both these press handles and get 600 rounds loaded up quick, and away we go.
Pull the old Robert Brantley. Bring those suckers, in the back of the truck. Load your ammo in between days. One king of 2 mile doing it. It can be done.
That's true.
It's a day and 1 hour.
25 hours.
About like the trip whenever me and Tate drove to California for a match. He pulled an all-nighter. I picked him up at 2 in the afternoon at Gene Sears, and we drove straight, did not stop. I drove until like 3 in the morning. He never slept. And I was like, man, I'm literally going to drive us into the median. Like, you got to take over. And I'm thinking he's on 36 hours of no sleep. He can't possibly do it. We're going to stop. I wake up and we're in California. I'm not kidding. We pull in like at like 4 o'clock, check in, go to sleep, shoot the match. The second that the match is over, we drive right back home. And did not stop. And then 2 days, and I begged him for a week. Hey, can we just stay in California for the week? I'll buy a tent. We can just sleep. Like, we'll be fine. Because we had another match the very following week in California. In California. And so we drove all the way back, got on a plane 2 days later, came back. And on the plane back over, he's like, man, I think we should have just stayed. I was like, I wonder who could have thought of that.
Was he making actions at this point?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
okay.
That was the year that me and him were both trying to win each series, NRL and PRS, and I did good at the NRL match, and got nothing that I was after in the PRS match. He didn't get anything in the NRL match, but got good PRS points. So like we both just traveled, how many thousands of miles for nothing.
Well, I mean,
we had a ton of fun, but anyway,
he can drive on no sleep like that.
It's there's no one on this planet that can like function on no sleep like that guy.
I don't get it.
Like the number of all-nighters he's been pulling, like I'd be loading ammo, he'd be, making action. We're just talking on the phone, 2 a.m, just there's nobody else to talk to, so we just talk to each other.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I was actually just talking to him about he said he shot a match in Oklahoma and then he went for one of these new machines he got. He drove straight from the match straight through to Pennsylvania to take this class on his new machine. Turned around and drove straight back. Was back running, making actions Tuesday. Like
he's built different. Like that guy is something.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, he's too good at what he does. But if he ever needed a different career, long haul trucker, like.
Well, yeah, but you'd have to do it where they don't have e-logs or anything like that, where the truck doesn't shut off automatically.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and speaking of one-day regionals, both Austins went out and shot a regional this weekend. And I actually was rooting for Austin Bushman to win because he was using the accuracy international. He pulled off the prize table at the finale in Chambered 6th grade, and he didn't win the match because Orgain showed up and almost cleaned the match.
Yep, dropped one shot. I talked to Orgain about it, and the shot that he dropped. He said he was shooting out in the middle of whatever field it was, and he said he just got a little bit lazy halfway through just a one target positional stage. He said he got kind of lazy, didn't watch one of the shots. He's like, it didn't hit center, but it'll be fine. And then he dumped one, and that was the one. He's like, I should have cleaned it.
Oh man, yeah, I still was hoping for Bushman to win, but at home here, I had a great weekend. Sunday, I shot a rimfire. I actually shot a PRS rimfire match, and I shot the finale a couple years ago. Had a great time shooting the finale. I've shot one other local match. I actually wrongly gave myself a match DQ at that match for losing control of your rifle. I got rimfired. Yeah, and that could mean a bunch of things, but I had rounds that weren't ejecting, so I pulled a pocket knife out, went in there, dug it out, and I was putting the knife down when my rifle fell off the prop, which is a stage DQ, not a match DQ, but I gave myself a match DQ on that. And you're questioning that, Clay, aren't you? Lose control of a rifle? It's a stage DQ. Yeah.
That's rimfire specifically?
No,
I sure thought it was a match for PRS.
No, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I'm not willing to bet anything on it. Yeah. But that's kind of a weird one. Like if your hand is on the rifle, but it drops from the prop and hits the ground. Like what there's it's kind of one of those that takes some judgment at the moment.
Yeah, I mean I got a scratch on the bottom of my rifle. It fell off a 12-inch barricade and went down, hit the concrete, and was like, well, I think I'll be done there. Just got to pull my magazine out. That was last year, but. This match was absolutely awesome, though. It was the first match that my son actually shot with me. Cool. It gives a completely different meaning to the sport for me now. One afternoon it was like, okay, like if I hang this up tomorrow, like I'd be happy. I mean, he was jacked. On the way home, he's like, Dad, I want to do that again. Like I want to do it right now, Dad. I'm like, oh, like. There's matches coming up. We'll work it in. But for him to just pick it up and then just love it like he did, like I didn't know if he would. I didn't know if we were going to leave that match and he was going to be like, Dad, I don't want you ever coaching me again. I'm his baseball coach, and I'm And actually, there was another guy at the match that he spent most of his time coaching William, and it was like, man, this is awesome. Like hopefully you guys both have that opportunity to do that at some point. So
I'm glad you finally did, but I know you were kind of nervous about that and you didn't want to force it on him. So how did that come up this weekend? Like, did you ask him or?
I did. I'll be honest, he's 10 now, and at 7 or 8 years old, and of course I'm comparing my children to the truest kids which are running around with rifles. They probably sleep with rifles and everything, right? I mean, like they're riflemen, born riflemen, and William wasn't ready. Like at 8 years old, 7, 8 years old, he just wasn't ready yet. Like, and it was like a handling thing, right? Like I'm like, man, he's just not going to be, emotionally he wasn't there yet. And then just recently he's turned the corner and he's like really matured emotionally. And I mean, it's I don't want to say it's a heavy rifle. It's probably 13 pounds. It's a CZ 457 in a Manor stock, and it's got a Mark V on it. And he, I think, just recently is now really comfortable handling the firearm. Holding it, setting it in a bag, barricade, etc. So it just kind of made sense. Like, I think you're ready. But I guess for any parents out there, I mean, I think you'll know. I think you'll know when your kids are ready. Obviously, the Truetts have been, like I said, been around rifles forever, and for them it was probably no brainer. Just get behind a rifle, start shooting. I mean, I think John Winston was probably 8 when he shot the gap grind. Shooting a BR, like awesome. William wasn't ready, but awesome for him. Yeah.
I mean, it's super cool.
It is, man.
I don't remember having a choice, but I absolutely loved it when I got introduced. Like, BB guns when I was real little, but first like real gun was actually a muzzleloader, and Dad would fill.
Here's a 50 cal muzzleloader, son.
It was. We were going deer hunting. He filled a sock full of sand and literally placed it between the buttstock and my shoulder to help the recoil, and that was before like pellets and everything, so he was weighing out his charges. He put like 75, 80 grains of powder instead of the full 150 load, and killed my first deer at 74 yards. So
yeah, there you go. That's another thing that William said on the way home. He's like, "Dad, we're hunting this year, right?" I'm like, "You bet." And he's like, "Can I shoot?" I'm like, 100%. Like, you're gonna be like, we'll make sure that you. So William wasn't fast, but the moment that probably made me most proud was a stage. It was on a rooftop, which we had to like kind of shim up the bottom step so he could keep his feet down. But it was a no dial troop line that was near to far to near, and I usually have like a laminated plastic reticle, the PR2 Mark V reticle, and I usually like, hey, here's where I draw a target on a piece of paper, and here's where you need to hold, and I didn't have that, and I said, okay, look, we were off to the side. I'm like, look to your rifle. All right, so that first horizontal line, that's 1/2 mil. The next one, it's not labeled, is 1. Then you get another one, it's 1.5, and then 2 is marked. You following along? Yeah, okay. All right, so if you had to hold like 0.7, where would you hold? And he's like, well, it'd be between the 5 and the 1. Okay, we're good. And he held all the way out to 1.9 mils, made impacts all the way out, and then 2 impacts on the way back and timed out. And I was like, that's awesome. Like, like what you're doing. When you're doing holdovers, like, this is perfect,
It doesn't sound like he's going to need it, but when deer season rolls around, if you have like a trigger cam, you can, put it on there and you can watch what he's seeing at the same time.
That's a good idea.
I know, dads that have done it just to make sure that they're aiming where they're supposed to, but then you're getting to video it at the same time. You're getting to see, what he's seeing, so just kind of a twofer there.
That's a great idea. Yeah, and then you get all the audio and everything.
And how many people have videos of them shooting their first deer?
No, that's a great idea. Yeah. Wow, see, we hit record at the right time, Clay. That's a pearl of wisdom. Hopefully, folks tune in, make it all the way this part here. But all right, I don't have anything else. That was really the big things I want to talk about. I appreciate you guys and all the time tonight. You have any further comments?
I think it's going to be an exciting weekend, watching 2 matches and just knowing how the matches are going to be run and the shooters that are going to be there. So,
I need Ben to know that, buddy, if you don't win, you dead to me.
You're awfully confident in him winning. I mean, anything can happen, right? I mean,
anything can happen. Yeah, he could get dead last. It's absolutely possible. He could just decide not to go. However, he knows what's at stake here.
Oh man, I'm gonna take that clip out. That'll be what we put on this weekend.
That needs to be the short. That needs to be
about.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Make sure you tag him.
Will do. Will do. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll talk soon.
Have
All
a
right.
good one.
See you.